Today is the day that strikes fear in the heart of many van DIYers, and that is the day that we are cutting massive holes in the side of our van. If you were here for our first van conversion, which you probably weren't, but we waited until the very end to put in our roof vent fan. And this time around, we have decided we're going to do that first thing because it was much harder when you get everything in. So we're going to be cutting a hole in the roof for the roof vent fan, and we are also going to be installing 2 windows into the side of the van. This video might look slightly out of order, and that's because the window for our slider is on back order. It's not a huge deal in holding us up for the build, but today we're going to be installing the bunk window and the fan, and we will include the slider at another time, but I think it just might look a little bit more finished when we get to that point. The first thing we need to do is remove a couple of ribs, and there are 2 ribs on either side here and this one here. And we're going to be removing the one on this side to put the window in and the one on that side to give us just a little bit more footroom on the bed. These ribs are not structural. They're basically there to keep the panel, the exterior panel, from like flexing in the wind or anything like that. We're going to be reinforcing that with some rigid foam insulation and then our skin that's going to go on the inside for wall paneling. So it's not really going to affect that here. And then over on this side, there's going to be a big old window that's going to be creating some additional strength there as well. So we are going to get going on that.
So we have just a generic van window thing. We're going to put it here somewhere. So this has to come out. It's held in with 2 spot welds at the top and 2 spot welds at the bottom, and then some like goop. So I'm going to grind those out using a Dremel just because it's a little more precise than, you know, just like tearing at it.
Angle grinder.
Yeah. Go to town. Now I'm just going to smooth these down so we don't cut ourselves in the future. All right, so we're playing on a queen size bed here. Yes, we're luxury. And I want the window to be like roughly centered in the over the bed. So I quickly measured out, and from the back door, 60 inches up, queen bed, is right around here. Or just a little bit less than here. So we're just essentially just going to center this as high as it will go in this opening between the 2 ribs. We want it as high as it can go because our mattress, our bottom of our bed frame is going to be here. There's going to be a mattress and then there'll be some pillows and stuff. And we don't really want that covering up the window. So we're going to put this up as high as we can. And I also want to make sure that this rib here is installed like not level, but parallel with the body lines on the van. So I'm just going to measure down to this body line here. Just to like, as a sanity check. Because I don't want to like put the window in, because I don't want to put the window in square here and then have it like crooked on the outside, because that would be stupid. So we're at 38.5. Only my next measuring hole. Here we go. 38.5. So we are 38.5, so we are parallel. So like all vans have some shortcomings and like some advantages. One of the big advantages of this Promaster is that it's pretty much a square box. It does not taper in much. It's just easy for building, and it's wide. This particular style window, it doesn't like screw in, but it like clamps the sheet metal on the van. So this is the clamp ring. So there needs to be enough clearance for this to sit flush on the sheet metal. And I don't want it to like hang on this lip. So I'm going to measure the size of this flange, a 1/2 inch. So the flange on the window is a 1/2 inch wide. So I'm going to measure down 1 inch from this rib. That way we get about a 1/2 inch of clearance all the way around the window. We're going to trace the inside. As nice as my picture is, we may actually want to cut a hole and put a window in. I'm going to cut this from the inside rather than the outside. So all I'm going to do is drill a hole right around here so I can stick the jigsaw blade through to get us started, and then we'll come around and then start from the other direction and come this way and reach it. Finish in the middle.
I'm so scared.
I'm not scared. Next up, we're going to install our Maxxair fan. Cue Gwen talking about why she purchased this one.
We've gone with the Maxxair Deluxe 7000K for a couple of reasons, the most important being that it can be used when it rains. Having good airflow when it's humid is a must. We also really liked the remote control and the option to have it automatically turn on when the van gets above 78 degrees. Its built-in removable bug screen was also a helpful feature. The fan screens get so gross with a lot of use, so it's nice to easily remove to wash.
Okay, you're back. Good. So I was doing a little measuring of the fan, and the fan hangs off the back of the 14-inch square piece, whatever this thing is called. Benzel, trim ring, something, flange. We'll call it flange.
Let's call it a flange.
Hangs 8 inches off the back of the flange. And looking here at the van, it can pretty much sit wherever we want. So we're just gonna be boring and center it in this opening right here. We want to get it as far back as possible so we can like maximize our solar. But we also don't want it so far off the back that it's like hanging off the back, right? Because that'll be dumb. I'm going to find the location of where I want it on the inside, and then I'm going to drill some reference holes through the roof so I can go up onto the top and cut it from the top, because I don't want to cut upside down.
Yeah, that's just asking for trouble.
That's just say, yeah, don't do that.
Okay.
So this is the center rib of the van. So I have it marked back. So this opening is approximately 2 feet. So I marked a foot. Now I'm going to mark to the center of the rib. Sanity check. Now I'm going to drill a hole in the roof of the van. This right here is the reference hole I drilled from the bottom side in the middle of the bay, as so to speak, between the two ribs and centered on the center rib. And actually, very conveniently, all I have to do is center it front to back. This one's going to be a fan, so...
In preparation of installing the window and the fan, yesterday we did two things. One, we put some paint on the exposed edges of the windows and the hole that we cut for the fan. And then Andy also created a frame for the fan. Those two pieces had to be done before we can do the little bit of prep we need to do today. And then we are going to install both pieces this afternoon, starting with the window.
So this is one of the VWD, Van Windows Direct windows. And one of the nice things is it's not a bonded window like a windshield or like some of the other glass. It just pinches the outer steel of the van. So all we really have to do to install it is put a gasket on and then tighten down some screws that actually pinch it in the steel. And when you do a little bit of prep, we got to put the gasket on, and we need to pre-drill some of the holes that do the pinching. Now that everything's pre-drilled, I'm going to go ahead and stick the gasket on. And they say to start the gasket and end the gasket at the bottom. So the piece where the two pieces butt up is at the bottom, not the top, at the bottom. So if any water gets in, it can drain out. Because if you put it at the top, it's going to leak. That was pretty easy. I think the hardest part was tracing the hole out, right?
Yeah.
And then cutting it out, and then the rest was super simple.
Yeah.
Give it 9 out of 10, I guess, because the screws were a little difficult to run in, and it wasn't pre-drilled. But other than that, awesome.
I think that was really easy. I think you need 2 people, but
Of course,
you
yeah.
only need 2 people for about 30 seconds.
Yeah, once you get
And it's done.
once you get 1 or 2 screws in, the other person doesn't really need to be there anymore. Project's done. Now on to the next.
On to the fan.
All right. First step is going to be to wipe down the roof with alcohol. We're going to use this sealant, marine sealant, and they recommended alcohol on the technical data sheet, which is available on their website. Highly recommend reading before using it. We're using this because I haven't had good luck with like the lap sealant and stuff like that. So, and as you know, we've done a lot with boats, and I'm very comfortable in using the marine sealant. So that's what we're going to do here.
Great.
We ordered the fan from Van Life Outfitters, and just as like a little bonus, they include the filler pieces that go into the ribs. See, like here?
Sweet.
Which is kind of good. You don't have to fill it full of caulk or anything like that. I'm just going to wipe these down with alcohol as well. And you really want to use gloves when wiping stuff down to A, keep your hands clean, and B, to keep the oil from your hands off the surfaces. I'm going to stick down the spacers first with sealant under them, of course. And then I will come around and put a nice big healthy bead for the actual fan flange. The old adage, the bigger the glob, the better the job.
What's next?
What's next is I'm going to put a big old flange,
Big old flange.
big old goop around the outside of the flange. Now, when you put this on, these flanges have to be parallel with the van, otherwise your fan's going to sit sideways.
Okay.
Very important. Now I'll stick my wooden backing ring in
From the bottom.
from the bottom.
Those clamps have seen better days.
I've seen a lot of projects.
They've also seen some salt water.
Now we're going to drill some holes.
And the holes go through the flange and into the frame?
Yeah, they go through the roof.
Through the flange, through the roof, into the frame.
The wooden frame we made.
Ideally not through the frame.
Not to the frame, but like, you know, the wooden frame I just put in.
That's what I know. That's what I meant. But I just want to make sure it's not gonna have screws like sticking out.
Got all the screws in. Now I'm going to do the messiest job,
Which is cleaning up.
which is like wiping it and smoothing the caulk out.
We probably could have like taped or something, but
I probably could have, but there's going to be, I guess, yeah, so me, you, and then everyone on YouTube who watches this will know how messy of a job I did. Got it. So we're done. The van is now dry. No more holes.
no more holes.
Looks good.
What went well?
I think making the wooden frame beforehand and screwing into that worked really well. The screws bit much harder. We didn't do that last time, mostly because they're already insulated.
Yeah.
And some of them were getting close to stripping by the time I was done.
Yeah. And
The window was easy.
the window is so easy.
So easy.
Yeah. Can't recommend that enough if you want just like a bunk fan. That's fantastic. The window for the slider had been on back order, so it just was a little bit different timing wise, but we will get to it when it gets here. Anything you would have done differently?
I would try to be a little cleaner with the
Sealant?
Probably masking tape around the outside first. But I tell myself that every time, and I have yet to do it.
I was going to say, you never do it. You keep saying it, you never do it.
One of these days.
I also wouldn't pick a 45-degree day that's windy because it's been a little chilly today. So that's all. Next time around, we are going to be starting on some insulation and the subfloor.
Very exciting.
Woohoo!
Very exciting.